and you want to know how to have a level 10 life, even in trucking? Well, stay tuned. Alright, so as you saw in the intro, we're going to talk about how to have a level 10 life even in trucking. Because I would say society in general see truckers or the trucking profession as an industry that's full of lowlives or people who are uneducated or lack education, not smart enough to do anything else. But when you get in the industry and you start interacting with other drivers, other people in the industry, you realize there's a lot of people who are really smart people, really good businessmen, really good strategists, people who have a good head on their shoulders, but there's enough of the bad eggs in the industry to bring down the whole, or to paint the whole industry as a poor man's industry, so to speak. But how can you get to the point where you're at a level 10 life, whether you're driving a truck, whether you're working at McDonald's, whether you're, no matter what you're doing, how do you have a level 10 life? And the way that you do that is to become a level 10 person. You know, with 10 being the highest from a scale of 0 to 10. Because unfortunately, when you go to any truck stop, rest area, or just driving down the road, or any customer, you're guaranteed to see some truckers who look like they're about a level 1. They come across as they have no self-respect, just from their appearance, by the look of their truck. I've done quite a bit of truck abandonment recoveries, where I've recovered abandoned trucks. And I would say at least half of those, I've probably done like 10 since I've been driving. And I would say about half of those, the truck was completely trashed. Coffee stains all over the dashboard, on the floor, trash everywhere. And so that's a sign that the person who had the truck before had no self-respect, didn't see themselves as a valuable individual, didn't hold themselves to a higher standard. So they weren't operating at level 10. And so let's say they operated at level 3. So they got a level 3 to a level 2 life, maybe even a level 1 life in return. Because there's a delayed effect to where you have to be a level 10 before you can have the level 10 life. So there's a delay in it. So if you operate at a level 5, then your life might be currently at a level 3. And then once you operate at a level 7, then your life might be at a level 5. So as you operate at these higher levels, your life tends to catch up. Kind of like if you operate in a different direction, in the other direction, you operate at level 2, but you're coming from a level 5 life, you might think, well, I got this bad attitude, I'm being a complete douche to other people, operating and behaving in a certain way, but my life still seems pretty good. But you got to understand that, like, the delay effect operates in reverse also. If crap moves at the speed of crap. So if you're always complaining, if you always have a negative outlook, you might say, well, I've always, I think negative, I complain all the time, my life doesn't seem to be affected by that. But when things start going bad, you forget all those times you complained. You forget about all those times that you cussed somebody out, that you had an attitude, that you slacked off of having to operating and behaving and thinking in a higher way. So crap moves at the speed of crap, and that is really slow. So you might be operating at level 2, you got a level 5 life, you think things are okay or average, and then all of a sudden things go down to 2, and you forget about all those times that you slacked off on operating or behaving in a certain way. Now, what I mean by operating, I mean having a positive outlook, getting around people who are successful, who are optimists, who think in the right way. Basically, people who have a mindset that they take personal responsibility for the things that's happening to them. Because once you start blaming other people for your problems, once you start passing the buck off to someone else and saying, this person did this to me, this company did this to me, this state, this DOT or whoever person did this to me, then you give that person all the power to change the situation, when the only person who has the power to change any situation or control the outcome of a situation is yourself. You have the ultimate control, you have the ultimate power to react to and deal with the situation, no matter how positive or negative it is. I'm not saying you have the power to change the situation, but you do have the power to control how you react to the situation, and how you react to the situation determines the outcome of the situation, whether that's positive or negative. If you react in a positive way, if you see the situation as a learning and growing experience, and if you learn and grow from it, then the outcome is positive. If you see the situation as a negative, if you react to the situation in a negative way, and you react to it negatively, the chances are the situation will become more negative. Kind of like those news reports where someone's getting pulled over by the cops. One, that's a negative situation. They react to that situation in a negative way, which in turn makes the situation more negative. In turn, they end up either in jail, beaten up, or killed, or both. Of course, if they got killed, they didn't end up in jail, but now you might say, well, you can react to a positive, but it says a bad cop. Then how can you control that? Well, regardless, how you react to the situation, let them be the bad guy. In any situation, let the other person be the bad guy. As long as you take the higher ground, you the person who came across as the victim. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if I want to say the victim, but you the person that came across as the person who actually was the one being assaulted in the situation. But I'm not talking about just physically, even emotionally or financially. Whether you're working for a company and they're the one screwing you over, as long as you're the one that does the things that you're supposed to do, you can take the higher ground and use what they did to you against them, and it pays off for you. So, like I said, if you want to have a level 10 life, you have to first be a level 10 person. And like I said, whether that's the way and that goes for everything. The way you think, the way you react to situations, the way you carry yourself, your appearance. And I'm not talking about you have to be a good looking person. You just have to be attractive in the sense that you're I'm not talking about attractive in a beauty sense. I'm talking about an attractive, because you can be attractive without being physically attractive, because you carry yourself in a certain way, because you are well groomed, you're always dressed nice and clean, you have a good attitude. If you carry yourself, if you always present yourself as a level 10, I can't even count how many times I went to a ship or receiver and I got compliments because I'm well dressed, I'm clean, I smell nice, and I'm a pleasant person to deal with. And the people will say, oh, you're a breath of fresh air, you're very nice to do business with, because they're so used to someone showing up with their shirt all wrinkled, hair all out of place, plants falling off their butt, looking like they slept under the truck. And they deal with those kind of drivers, and then people wonder why they get to a shipper receiver and they have a bad attitude. And I'm not giving them an excuse to have a bad attitude, because obviously they're not operating at level 10, because they should have a good attitude regardless. But like I said, you can't control other people. You're going to control yourself. So that's what I mean by operating at level 10. And if you keep operating at that level over an extended period of time, you'll see your life improve without you even have to do any more work than you're already doing. So that's it for this video. I hope you got some value out of it. Understand what I'm saying. If you got, like I said, if you got some value, like it, share it, subscribe, and I want to put out more positive videos like this, because I don't really want to talk much about the industry, because there's plenty of other people doing that. Because I like to focus on the mindset, changing the image of the industry, getting people to think in the right way, and striving to achieve more and do better in business and life and whatever any other areas in your life you want to improve on. So that's it for this video. I got some value out of it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you again soon.